recording this shortly after recording the last DPT episode, and things are dire in Team Sophie. I am currently only 3 wins against Jesse's 7, which surely has nothing to do with me coping about Shooting Star, and me coping about frogs, and me coping about a million other things. But we need to pick it up. We have to get some wins if we don't want the season to be over before we even get to the finale. And fortunately, Storm of Ragnarok and Extreme Victory, the last packs of 5Ds, that feels crazy to say, are absolutely insane. And if we get lucky here, we can get a deck strong enough to catapult us into some victories. Let's see if we can do it. Storm of Ragnarok, pack number 1. Not a ton of crazy stuff here, but Tiki Curse and Nordic Relic Levitain are both solid cards. Kagemusha of the Six Samurai could be important if we pull you-know-who. I'm hoping our Six Samurai energy can carry over from GX. Symphonic Warrior Drums, not the holo I wanted. There are a ton of really good holos in this set, that is not one of them. Musakani Magatama is very good though, if we do pull 6 Sams. The Vartalf of the Nordic Alpha. Once again, this is really not the holo I want. This card is pretty terrible. Doppel Warrior, potentially interesting, though I don't know what we can do with it. And not much else to talk about here. So I didn't talk about this, but Legendary 6 Samurais, Shinai and Mizuho are here. And even if you aren't playing a dedicated 6 Sam strategy, these two are just an absolutely insane resource loop. It's kind of crazy they're common. Also quite scary to see, a lot of Karakuris get printed in this set. Could make Jess able to play that deck even without Bure. Bit of a slow opening thus far. Kind of not getting what I hoped for. Dharma of the Nordic Beasts is like a Yomi ship. It's okay. Actually, does it return it to the hand? Is this a Gravekeeper's God? Yup, it's a fucking Gravekeeper's God. Alright, that card's playable, unfortunately. We just can't get away from those, and Legendary 6 Samurai Kizan. That is a fantastic monster. Finally, the good 6 sample is coming in. That is going to be massive if we can find the Shien payoff. Yo, what the fuck? Ultimate Rare Atomic Scrap Dragon. 1 scrap monster plus 2 or more 9-tuners. So the thing about this card is that it is the worst scrap synchro. I literally do not want that. Again, really strange holo luck this time around. Gordifax is almost a playable tuner. I say almost, it really is not. Bunch of Karakuri stuff also coming in here. Second drums, not what we want, but Kageki is huge if we pull Shien. I'm gonna be saying this all day. We really need to see that Shien in order to feel good playing that deck. We are coming up only a few packs from the end here, and I pulled a lot of good commons. And we found it! I was about to say I'm gonna respin because I think I need to high roll. But we fucking did it. Oh my fucking god. Legendary 6 Samurai Shien. Like, it does suck that we only have the 1 Kageki, yes. But who the fuck cares? This card is unbelievable. We have literally found a win condition. The Samurai will be returning. Let's see if they can pick up any more tools in the last 2 here. Gleipnir, solid card, though I don't think we pulled the stuff for it. So there's no way I'm re-rolling this. Let me just, you know, for the sake of completeness, take a look. Like, what are we missing out on? We're missing out on potentially more Kizan, but that is super greedy. Got 1 Kageki, 0 Smoke Signal, and 0 Acid... whatever the fuck this one is. That is kind of brutal, but I don't think we can re-roll the Shien. That sounds like an incredibly stupid thing to do, right? And I'm looking at it, and this is actually a little more difficult than I want it to be. You know what? No, it's not. We have enough ways to summon Shien. We are absolutely keeping this. I'm gonna stop talking myself into making a terrible decision. I think the 6 Samurais are gonna come back, but let's see if somehow Extreme Victory changes my mind.
Y'all, this is it. this is the last pack opening of the 5Ds era. They said it couldn't be done. They said that Sophie apparently and I specifically would never manage to open at least 24 packs of every mainline set in the 5Ds era, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, but we're about to fucking do it. I'm really excited. Storm of Ragnarok is a crazy set at the super and ultra rare level. There are some very powerful 6 samurai support cards in here. What we are mainly looking for, though, is Karakuri Cash. It lets me add a Karakuri card from my deck to my hand and also change Karakuri that's on the field to defense mode. Or just change the battle position of a monster that's on the field. Probably not the pack we're more likely to use our reroll on. We do have one reroll left, and we're mainly going to be saving that up for Extreme Victory, in which there are some absolutely key cards we are looking for. For right now, though, let's see how Storm of Ragnarok treats us. Let's go. Alright, so if we do want to do any sort of 6 samurai shenanigans, Kagemusha is very important, and Tiki Curse is also interesting. What is Shien's Daredevil? That seems very situational. This is a super rare, but it's also a fucking level 5. What the fuck? Wait a minute. So it's got to be a Nordic Ascended tuner and 2+ non-tuners. That might be a build around. This card's fucking insane. What the fuck? Alrighty. Ultra rare in Nishi. We've got Zingzenhu Replica. Not super good. Meh. Sheen Smoke Signal is kind of cute. We haven't found a Cash yet. There is our first Cash. That's super important. That's funny. This is a new Karakuri card. It's Kuik. It can special summon Karakuris from the graveyard whenever it destroys stuff by battle. Not the worst, not the best. Ooh, Divine Wind of Mist Valley is like a real card, though. We need the right cards, though. We're getting another one, though. What is the super rare Ice Edge? Weird. It's our second Cash, though, at pack 13. Alright, there's a Doppel Warrior. Another Hope for Escape. We could potentially make some bullshit with that. Vortex the Whirlwind. Vortex is not a bad card for Wing Beast cards specifically. Another Vortex, very funny. That's not that good for a super rare. Alright, that will do it. We're not really gonna be re-rolling this pack because there wasn't a huge amount that I was specifically looking for. I think we only got 2 Cash, which is not my favorite thing in the world, but we will make do with that. I think getting 2 of the good Karakuri spell cards is kind of my lot in life at this point. I am most interested in this Odin card, and I'm really curious if we have the Nordic Ascended tuners to summon this guy, because that is very, very interesting. I'm gonna have to do some looking and do some considering and do some brewing.
Dream Victory, the final set of 5Ds. Feels weird to be opening this already. The time flew by. But this set is also crazy. As you can see right off the bat, Reborn Tengu in pack number 1. That is unbelievable. If we put a second one, that is crazy. Elder of the Six Samurai, also fantastic for that strategy. Huge stuff. Dude, you ever want to feel the psychics? You ever want to be feeling psychic? I mean, I don't because this card is bad, but you know, it is an option. It is an option. Resonator card is a little bit interesting. We do have Dark Resonator, which is like a playable card, but I don't think it's good enough at this point, so unfortunately I doubt we'll be playing this. Second Elder is great, though. Mech Lord Emperor Skill. That's really interesting. And by interesting, I mean terrible. This is the worst Mech Lord. Even if I was gonna play it, it's really situational. I'm never playing this card. However, the commons and rares here are really good. Serene Psychic Witch is nuts. Husk Psychic Cleric is pretty nuts. And Unknown Synchron is the most accessible level 1 tuner we've had yet, if we want to keep coping on Shooting Star. TG Rush Rhino. Huge, huge pickup. That card is unbelievable if we're able to pick up any more TGs. TG Warwolf, another nutty one. It's gonna be hard to justify not playing any of these TG cards, even if we do go the 6 Sam route. TG1 EM1, absolutely enormous payoff for that deck as well. Again, this pack is just absolutely nuts. TG's crazy. The 6 Samurai stuff in here, also very good. The Psychics, very good. Ton of stuff. We have not gotten many hollows. I would really love to find that second Tengu, but especially, I would like to find this. 6 style dual wield is an unbelievable card. If the only monster you control is a 6 Samurai, target 2 cards your opponent controls, return them to the hand. This is essentially an Icarus attack, and oh boy is it gonna make this deck nuts. A little bit unfortunate how it's going so far though. We have not pulled any more hollows. We have not even found a second dual wield, we're only sitting on one. That feels pretty bad. Salvage Warrior is okay, but I really do want to get more stuff. Second dual wield, very good to see. Gladiator Beast Esadari, very funny, also totally unplayable. So coming up on the last pack, and a TG Striker is decent, but it's by no means great. I'm gonna look at the card list here. I'm gonna have to remember what all the hollows are, but I strongly suspect I'm gonna be rerolling this. Like, we might as well. We are right at the end of the season. I have reroll tickets to use. And pretty much everything I really need out of here is common, so I am likely to pull them again. Yeah, we are gonna reroll this. I am not keeping this shit. Another 24 packs. Let's see if we can get a high roll.
Okay, I looked a little bit more deeply into that Odin guy. We actually do not have any Nordic Ascendant tuner monsters in our collection, so unfortunately, that big guy is just going to sit there for the time being. That's okay, though. We are moving on into Extreme Victory, which is the last pack of the 5Ds era, and this is very much a place where if we don't get what we really want, we are definitely going to reroll. In particular, I really want Hush Psychic Cleric, and I really want Serene Psychic Witch. I would love to have the pair of them to fuck around with each other and do some more psychic comboing. So we're gonna see where we land and see if we want to use that last reroll ticket. This is a good start. Silent Psychic Wizard. Actually, that's a great pull. That's a really good super rare. TG Warwolf is also pretty solid, and we really want Ninishi, as many copies of Ninishi as possible. Good pack right there. TG Rush Rhino. Oh, this card is also good. That's our second copy of Ninishi, even. What is Runaway Karakuri? Oh, that is quite good, actually. That is a really nice Karakuri battle trick. TG Striker. That is really solid, actually. We are just off to a great start. Another TG Striker, fuck me. I mean, we can make this. There's another Warwolf. Our TG package is looking really solid right now. Speak of the devil, my fucking goodness. What the fuck does Psychic Reactor do? It has to be a tuner synchro monster, but we can make that. Oh, it has to be 2 or more non-tuner synchro monsters. So this is aiming to be kind of a Quasar level boss monster. I'm not sure it is quite up to that level, because like any removal card just kills it. Interesting. in the Psychic Field Zone. Runaway Karkuri, number 2. We've got an Elder, the 6th Samurai. TG Recipro Dragonfly, and this dude. This is a weird one. These balls have been good. They've been a little bit weird. New Gladiator Beast is fun. Cannot be used as a fusion material monster. Interesting. Tigarius is nice because it has attack stats. If we want to clown on Sophie with Gladiator Beast once again, this might be the way to do it. Silent Psychic Wizard. Okay, we got a second copy of Silent Psychic Wizard, but I don't think we're seeing the fucking common ass psychic monster. So that's actually kind of an issue. Okay, there's our first copy of Serene Psychic Witch. We really could use more than one copy of that thing. This is Esper Girl. Oh, that's a really cute monster. A really cute trap card, actually. Another TG Halberd Cannon. That's a second Cachet. My god. I really just want more copies of Serene Psychic Witch. Another Hush Psychic Cleric is good. We definitely have the playset of this dude. I'm pretty sure we have the playset of Esper Girl. That's another TG Rush Rhino. Jesus Christ. Okay, last pack. I think this is actually going to be a hard choice. Yeah, I actually have to think about this. Okay, this was a weird pull, but I actually think I'm going to keep it. Overall, there is a lot of stuff to like here. We did find 2 copies of TG Rush Rhino as well as 2 copies of TG Striker. We did get 2 copies of Serene Psychic Witch. We would ideally like to have 3, but 2 is probably good enough. And in addition to that, we did randomly find 2 copies of the super rare Silent Psychic Wizard. We found 2 copies of the super rare Karakuri Cash Shed, which is genuinely very good spell and trap card negation. The way that Sophie and I kind of discussed this earlier in the season, how we decided this was going to go down, is that we each get to open 1 extra pack at the end of the season for each redoer ticket we did not use. So I am going to double check really quick Extreme Victory, see if there's anything that I absolutely have to use my reroll ticket on. I don't really think there is. I think I'm actually good to just lock it in. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and save this draft to the collection, and let's go ahead and end the pack opening season with 2 more Extreme Victory. Alright, just 2 more Extreme Victory. Let's see if we can get the playset of Serene. Another Hush Psychic Cleric isn't terrible either. What does Esper Girl do again? That's actually not terrible with the combo that we're building up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can definitely work with this. I'm going to save this draft to the collection, and let's see what we can brew up for this episode.
And into the second round of Extreme Victory, starting off with the Hollow again. TG Cyber Magician is a little interesting, though we don't really have targets, but seeing Rush Rhino Warwolf right off the bat is fantastic. Second Rush Rhino, also very big. If we find 3 of that, that's unbelievable. Alright, Unknown Synchron back, Junk Servant, very silly, probably not playable unfortunately. All this Mechlord stuff I also don't think is good as well. Glad to start getting those Elders back. It would really hurt if we didn't find those, as well as the Warwolves. Ooh, that is a nice one, dude. Safe Zone is a really strong card. I'm not sure if it's something we want to play right away, but it's definitely a consideration. This card is incredibly annoying. Very happy to pick that up, as long as we find those commons. We have not found Dual Wield, and that's very scary. We are continuing to not find Dual Wield. We found another Esadari, But we've pulled 0 dual wield and only 1 Elder out of this. Second Elder, very good. But we need to find at least those 2 dual wields back. I'm gonna be so sad if I re-rolled this. Like, the commons, come on. Okay, that is at least 1. That is good. That's good. We are obviously hoping for more, but 1 is better than 0. Stop giving me Esadari. I don't want Esadari. Go away. Well, Junk Berserker coming in Ghost Rare. I mean, it's a quick draw Synchron target. Unfortunately, it doesn't do much without actually playing junk monsters, which we don't really have any of. So it's cool, but not very good. Second safe zone. Wow. I mean, that's kind of crazy. That's, like, really crazy. That's probably enough to make the 3-roll worth it. Though I am a little concerned. We are about 20 packs in, and I've still not found a second copy of Dual Wield. I also don't think we found a TD Striker, which sucks. On the plus side, there is one now. Dual Wield 2, Elder 3. Very, very big. TD Striker would be a fantastic way to finish this off. That is the #1 thing I'm hoping for. New Blackwing, this card is awful. Last pack, just 1 TD Striker, and I'll be happy? No, unfortunately we are going to miss out. But I cannot be too mad about that. This was a good reroll. We got all of our comments back. We got double Rush Rhino. We got double Safe Zone, which is pretty damn nuts. So I will happily go ahead, toss that into the collection, and I'm not even going to pretend I'm going to think about what deck to build this week. My friends, it's time for the Samurai to ride again.
This card is Miracle Synchro Fusion. It lets you fusion summon 1 monster from your extra deck that lists a Synchro monster as material by banishing fusion materials listed on it from the field or graveyard. This card has a really specific way to summon really specific monsters, but as luck would so have it, we have access to a couple of those monsters, namely Ultimate Axon Kicker. This card is fused with 1 Psychic-type Synchro monster, which we have in the form of Magical Android, and 1 Psychic monster. Ultimate Axon Kicker is a pretty crazy boss monster. It deals piercing damage, meaning it deals damage whenever it destroys monsters that are in defense mode. It increases your life points based on the attack of the monster it destroyed, and it can't be destroyed by card effects, just not remotely. It's not like this thing is unkillable. There are a lot of back row in the format that affect this card, chiefly stuff like Inverse Universe, but there is a chance that if Sophie isn't drawing the right cards or doesn't side the right cards to deal with this card, that she will just not be able to kill it whatsoever, similar to what happened in the Armor Master Blackwing episode. So we are going to give this silly little Miracle Synchro Fusion strategy a try. So as we've established, in order to make Miracle Synchro Fusion go off, we need to have summoned Magical Android, and we need just any other Psychic monster. All that requires us to do is play Psychics once again. And yes, we have played Psychic lists before, but the recent Psychic support that we got from the pack opening today is just out of this world. These cards have insanely powerful effects, and they don't even require you to pay life points for them, which is probably going to matter. Serene Psychic Witch is a really versatile searcher. She procs on destruction by card effect as well as monster. She banishes the monster first and summons it during your turn, meaning your opponent can't just immediately destroy it by battle after it's summoned. She is vulnerable to DD Crow though. We've got 2 copies of Hush Psychic Cleric, which if you already have a Psychic monster in your graveyard, you can send a card from your hand to the graveyard and then banish a Psychic monster, and then when it's sent to the graveyard, you get to special summon that Psychic monster. Essentially, you can use these cards to set up a way that you always have backup if you sync off a monster or you lose it in battle or what have you. In that regard, Silent Psychic Wizard is very similar to Hush Psychic Cleric, not just in name, but in effect. If anything, Silent Psychic Wizard is a fair bit more aggressive with a 1900 attack stat, meaning you might be more motivated to have this card get sent to the graveyard through battle than through synchro summons. We've got one copy of Master Gig. Very funny that you can summon this off of either Silent Psychic Wizard or Hush Psychic Cleric. That being said, though it's funny, it is still potentially bricky. 2 copies of Dr. Cranium. We are still running this guy because of his interactions with the specific tuner. 1 copy of Esper Girl. I am not gonna go more than 1 in on this card because it doesn't seem like the kind of effect that you're super likely to resolve more than once per game. I think later in the game it's more likely that I'm going to use stuff like Silent Psychic Wizard and Hushed Psychic Cleric on boss monsters like Master Gig and Magical Android than on tuners because I have a limited number of 5s I can make. But nonetheless, Esper Girl combos really well with these monsters that banish cards and then special summon them, so she is in the deck. We are maxing out on Krebens. I offered Sophie to Mind Meld ban this card, and it might not be the best card in this deck, truth be told, but it is really good with Telekinetic Power Well. 2 copies of Psychic Jumper. We have so many cards in this deck that proc upon being sent to the graveyard, so having this card's creature swap effect would be able to work with all of them is really, really big. We are, in addition to the Psychic monsters, playing a TG strategy, which these cards are really fucking strong. They just, whenever they're destroyed during the end phase, you get to search another one of them, so they're constantly recurring. They're also important because TG Striker is a warrior, and in addition to the Ultimate Axon Kicker, I am playing Dragon Knight Draco Equesti, which requires a warrior-type monster. But yeah, TG Striker can Cyber Dragon itself, TG Warwolf can be special summoned when you special summon a level 4 or lower monster on your field, and TG Rhino is a pretty decent beater. We've got our 2 copies of Miracle Synchro Fusion, not quite maxing out on this. We have 2 possible targets, so we're playing 2 copies, but make no mistake, we are really trying to draw Miracle Synchro Fusion at least once over the course of this match, which is why we are playing 3 copies of Upstart Goblin to play a 37 card deck. In addition to that, we are playing 3 copies of Instant Fusion, just an important card in so many synchro decks over the course of this season, and wildly important here as a way to get Magical Android onto the field and into the graveyard. 1 copy of 1 for 1 as a way to get Dr. Cranium out from the deck and onto the field if we're not finding the specific monsters we need to be. 3 copies of Telekinetic Power Well. This card is really powerful. I would say in this deck, none of the best monsters are targetable by it, but this card still is worth it for the sheer number of plays it offers us with Psychic Jumper, Esper Girl, Krebons, and Dr. Cranium being our available targets. 1 copy of Emergency Teleport, which is by far the best card in this format. This card searches most of the monsters in this deck, and most of the monsters in this deck can do insane things when summoned off of this card. We're playing 1 copy of TGX1HL. It's a Mystical Space Typhoon, a way to destroy a spell or trap card on the field that is available to you if you are playing the TG monsters. It seemed really nifty, and a lot of the time you want the TG monsters to be destroyed anyway, so their attack stats may not matter as much, so it really seemed worth giving this a try. 1 copy of Destruction Jammer, and then 3 copies of TG1EM1. This card is a creature swap for the TG archetype, which is really important because, again, if they're destroyed, they search more copies of themselves. So with this card, not only am I potentially stealing Sophie's monsters, I am trading away monsters that I am then cycling into more monsters for myself. This is a potentially blowout card that can be a little bit bricky if we don't draw one of our 7 TG monsters. We're playing 2 copies of Alley Mind. In particular, I would love to find another copy of Serene Psychic Witch, but any of these big-named guys we would love to find more copies of. 2 copies of DD Crow, 3 copies of Puppet Plant because the 6 Samurais are really, really good this format. 1 more TGX1HL, 2 Fairy Wind, 2 Inverse Universe, 1 Destruction Jammer, and 2 copies of the Selection. In the extra deck, we've got Ultimate Axon Kicker, as well as Dragon Knight Draco Equesti. This card is a little bit weird. It's not fantastic. It is good enough that we can justify playing the second copy of Miracle Synchro Fusion, as well as going a little bit more in on our warrior-type monsters to make sure that we can summon it, because worst case scenario, it can just be a 3200 attack beater. Where the problem comes in is you need to banish a Dragon-type Synchro monster to summon this card in the first place, so you actually need to get 2 Dragon-type Synchro monsters into your graveyard before its effect is of any use. And also, since we banned Dark Strike Fighter, the funniest way to use this card is no longer available. So Axon and Draco Equesti act as our boss monsters that are fusion monsters. We also have a couple of instant fusion targets, including, and I swear this is optimal, Flame Swordsman, because it's a fucking warrior-type monster. Ditto for Carbonala Warrior, but then we're just playing Darkfire Dragon, Cherubin the Fire Knight, and the Fusionist, because we don't have any other warrior-type fusion monsters we can slot in there. Our Synchro pile is, as always, looking quite good. Scrap Dragon is still legal. Red Dragon Archfiend hasn't been putting in a huge amount of work, but is a nice threat to have. Ancient Fairy Dragon will probably not put in as much work as she did last game, but is still a great card. We're actually maxing out on generic 6s. We're playing our 1 Iron Chain Dragon and 2 Splendid Rose, simply for the reason that sometimes it is beneficial to sync off our opponent's level 4s after we steal them with Psychic Jumper or TG1 EM1, so sometimes it's just beneficial to have additional dudes to summon. We've also got Magical Android as a critical piece of how this deck works, and TG Power Gladiator. This card is really not bad at all, and it's super easy for this deck to summon with its sheer number of level 2 tuners and telekinetic power wells and TG Warwolves. I feel really good about this deck. I hope it does well, and I hope Sophie has something really cool to play against it.
To the surprise of absolutely nobody, we are on 6 Samurai. A deck with some absolutely nutty cards that feels surprisingly not nutty as a cohesive whole. I think the big issue I have is that I only pulled 1 smoke signal. That is a huge consistency problem, preventing me from getting into Shein as consistently as I would like to. Still, I think the deck is probably good enough, but it's a lot trickier than you suspect, so if I lose, at least I knew ahead of time, right? To go through the card quick, we have 3 Elder to 3 Summon, 3 Kagamusha, it's our tuner that we need, 1 Krebin, so 1 Kageki, 1 Kizan, triple Mizuho, triple Shinai. These 2 cards are 3 summons if you control the other, and allow you to pop some cards on the field. 2 Psychic Commando, 2 Reptilian Medusa, triple Iroh. This card's not very good, but it is our best level 4 normal summon, which is good for combat tricks and the like, as well as dual wield. Then we're on 3 Dark World Shackles. Each had either 1 Smoke Signal, 2 Double-Edged Sword Technique, and 2 Return of the Sex. Half Counter, Inverse Universe, Musakani Magatama, which is essentially Destruction Jammer, Reinforced Truth, still very sad we only got 1 of this, and of course the dual wields. Extra deck is every playable synchro we own and some unplayable ones we own, and the side deck is Machine Hate for Karakuris, Warrior Hate for the 6 Sam Mirror, DD Crow and some other banished stuff for graveyard decks, and Fairy Wind and the new Zing Zen Hu Replica for backer removal. Hopefully we will be able to sack Jess and draw our Shein enablers every game and come away with the dub. Let's get to it.
Sophie, a couple episodes ago, I said something about how DM and GX, we got used to occasionally doing pack opening episodes that did not affect the meta, that did not change the meta one bit, and I predicted that we wouldn't actually be seeing that in the 5Ds era, and I think I can pretty safely say that that was indeed the case. Every single pack opening that we have done over the course of this season has had a huge impact on the available card pool and what was most optimal to play. Today being no exception. I genuinely think I have built something that is comparable in power to what I played last episode, and I'm really excited to see what you have.
That is such a scary thing you said that. But I think my deck is pretty good too, you know. It can be a bit bricky, but what Sophie deck isn't? But let me tell you, if this deck high rolls, I'm just not losing. It just can't happen. These sets are crazy.
Yeah, the sets that we opened for today's episode are fucking nuts, and I am really interested to see how they play out. Good luck, have fun, I'm going second.
Makes sense to me. Let's see if I can draw the nutty going first hand here. That is by no means a nutty going first hand. That's not a nutty going second hand either. That's kind of a bad hand, I gotta say. You know, it's not nothing though. And by not nothing, I mean it's set 1. Fucking Psychic Commander.
Hey! Alrighty. I think I'm gonna start with an Upstart Goblin. Give you a little bit more life points to pay for the dude, the guy. And from this position, I think I'll get a normal summon Krebons.
We spent all this time hyping up these incredibly powerful sets, and then summoned 2 fucking Psychic idiots from set 1.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna summon a 3rd Psychic Idiot. Let's go Instant Fusion.
Hey, whoa. You can't fool me. I know there are no Psychic Instant Fusion targets.
Sure, but there are potential payoffs for specific Instant Fusion targets that are Psychic. So we're gonna summon the Fusionist, a level 3 monster, and then I'll go ahead and tune Krebons with the Fusionist to make Magical Android.
You sure will, won't ya? You sure will.
Let's try to go over Psychic Commander.
That is fine. I'll take 1,000.
Okay. Just thinking if I want to do anything else from this position, and I think the answer is probably no. We're gonna move to end phase, gain 600 off of Magical Android, and that'll be you.
Sounds good to me. Alright, that is potentially a very good draw, but not quite yet. Well, unfortunately this hand is mostly one of those bricks I was talking about, but at the very least, it should be able to keep me alive long enough to draw better stuff. Dark World Shackles.
Sure.
And that's it. I don't have a monster. I'm just making it a little guy.
Okay, sure, that's fine. It's just your dude, just your little dude.
Just a real tiny little fella you got there.
I don't feel pressured to go all in yet. We're gonna normal summon TG Rush Rhino.
Oh, that's a fucking good one.
Here's a new card and a really solid one at that. We're gonna try to hit you for 2,000.
I mean, what am I gonna do about it? Ow.
Dark World Shackles does not have any effect negation, so that's all I'm gonna have for now. I will gain 600.
But during my standby, you'll take 500 of that back.
That's true. So I'm for a net gain of 100.
Yeah. Another potentially interesting draw. See. Again, the hand's getting real close to doing absolutely everything. But we don't quite. There's a couple ways I could go about this. But I think the best one... Unfortunately, I'd like to start doing some cool stuff, but I am just gonna set 1 and pass.
Alright. Then, at this point, it's probably worth beginning to push a little bit more. I am going to... How do we want to go about this, though? I guess we will normal summon a Silent Psychic Wizard in attack mode.
Big fella, big guy, large man.
He's a big fella, and I can also banish this Krebons from my graveyard, and whenever, if the Silent Psychic Wizard is sent to the graveyard from this position, I get to special summon it, so that's not too bad. We will start with the Rhino.
I think I'm just taking too much damage if I don't do this now. Inverse universe.
Okay, that's sad, but we'll get you for 800 anyway.
Yeah, 1200 even. He gets the attack boost and damage stat.
Uh-oh, this seems pretty overpowered. Okay, we will move into main phase 2, and, with my Silent Psychic Wizard looking as, fucking tiny as it does, I think we will E-tally here.
Wow, yeah. That is really good.
Yeah, it is for sure not bad. We're gonna go Psychic Jumper here. We will tune Psychic Jumper to Silent Psychic Wizard. We will make, Iron Chain Dragon. The effect of Silent Psychic Wizard is gonna go off. We will special summon Krebons. And I'm almost okay leaving TG Rush Rhino on the field, because, like, it has recursion, and Krebons is also just a guy. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with that. I will proceed to end phase, gain 1200.
Seems pretty good.
I will lose another 500 during your next standby phase, but now we're at a net gain.
Alright, there are at least 7 draws in my deck that win me the game here, maybe more. That is not one of them, but it's not bad. For sure, it is not bad. As much as I want to be greedy, I think I have to go for this now to make sure I don't die, and this is going to be a pretty crazy swing. Anyway, it is time at long last to reveal the deck I'm actually playing. Yes, was there even a question? I'm gonna activate Xian's Smoke Signal.
There we fucking go. Sounds good to me.
I would just love to add a level 3 or lower 6 Samurai monster from my deck to my hand. And we're gonna pick up Elder of the 6 Samurai.
Alrighty.
Now, this little set is like Cyber Dragon if Cyber Dragon was tiny and shitty. So I'll summon the Elder.
Alright.
And for my next trick, behold one of the craziest fucking cards in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! 6-style dual wield.
That is unfortunate. So you're gonna bounce 2 of my cards?
I will indeed be bouncing 2 cards, because the only monster I control is the 6 Samurai. We will bounce the Iron Chain and the Krebons.
Alrighty. Sad for me, but not much I can do about it.
That was the hope. I guess we might as well do this. This is a little interesting. I don't really want to kill the Rush Rhino, but with a known Krebons in hand, I don't think I can leave you with a monster on field. So, but what's the best way? There is a line I can potentially go for, but if I do that, it's really all in. So the slightly less committal line. Alright, you know what? As they say in the business, fuck it, we ball. I will
Alrighty.
sack Elder for Reptilian Medusa.
Ah! Alrighty.
Yeah, I don't think we're actually using the effect, but we will be E-teleporting.
Okay, sounds good.
We are gonna pull out. You know him, you love him. It's crab time, baby.
Woohoo! Never stopping with the Krebons.
Never stopping with the Krebons. Let's go battle here, clear the board.
Okay, so that's gonna be 2100, a fair bit of damage. Whoop!
Ooh. How'd I manage to do that?
Incredible amount of talent.
A little bit more here.
400.
Then main phase 2, we do have a decision point. I could just sit on these 2 monsters. I could also think, well no, because the Kevin gets banished end of turn, yeah. So I do have to commit. Oh no. Dude, I imported this deck from EDO Pro, because I was using that, because YDO Pro decks, deck builder was being weird, and I forgot to put in All-Thought Stardust. So if I lose, that's why. This is officially my
sure.
pre-excuse. Go ahead.
That is exactly...
Alright,
do you want me to put my, the card I drew on top of my deck and then search?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. We'll do it, because technically the deck would be shuffled after that point. And... I think it's gotta be, TG Warwolf.
That's a good one. Extendy boy.
Alright, now... sounds good to me. I mean, like, we just have everything here. It's gonna be telekinetic power well.
Ah, fucking Christ. Okay.
It's gonna be Psychic Jumper. I will take a cool 600. I actually don't think this is quite everything, because I don't think I can Warwolf here because it misses timing.
Why would it miss timing?
Because the last thing that happens is I take damage equal to the levels of the monster.
Is that simultaneous or not?
Well, it says when a level 4 or lower monster is special summoned. I could be totally wrong about this.
I mean, the issue with telekinetic power well is that it's pre-problem-solving context, so like the words it says truly don't tell you anything. Let me see if there is a ruling about it. Okay, yes, you're right. It is not simultaneous, so it does miss timing.
Okay. So I actually don't have quite everything, but we can still, activate 1 for 1.
Wow. Yeah, we are really going in here.
I'm gonna pitch Dr. Cranium to special
this
summon
bitch.
Dr. Cranium, and I think I'm gonna declare the effect. Pay 1,000.
Yeah, that seems alright.
And then I actually haven't normal summoned, since the Psychic, Jumper was from the graveyard, and the Dr. Cranium was for 1 for 1, so we will go ahead and normal summon TG Warwolf, and we actually have something we can make here. I special summon TG Power Gladiator. This card's actually pretty good.
Oh fuck, yeah, the guy's the guy.
But yeah,
that I'm dead.
Wait, are you dead on board?
No, I am 100 off being dead. Never mind, I won the game.
Yeah, that is exactly what it means. We will, our life points are getting a bit low, so there's a world where I get punished for this, but I think it's worth it to, yeah, we'll hush Psychic, Cleric here. And yeah, we're getting in with TG Power Gladiator.
I mean, we're living.
You have to answer the Power Gladiator right now, because it does piercing.
Alright, man. Again, with a slightly different hand, that would be the best draw on the deck. But unfortunately, Thing is not different, so...
Oh no, I hate it when Thing not different. Yeah, so Dual Wield, obviously an insane card. Very happy that you seemingly just bricked to shit otherwise.
Yeah, it was not... Again, it was close to being an unbelievable hand, but... Medusa, unfortunately, was not helping as much as I would like.
Yeah,
game 2, Don't even
Game 2. Game 2, for sure, for sure.
Alright, that didn't work very well, so I am going into a bit more Storm of Ragnarok, digging for more 6 Sam stuff. I did just realize I did forget to put in any copies of Ally Mind, because usually I don't bother, it's not necessary. But it would be good if we found more rails from here, but looks like we didn't find anything good anyway, so we are just gonna side deck and hope we can find a way out of this.
Alrighty, game 1 went really well for us. Let's see if we can make game 2 also go well for us. Let's see if we can pull another Serene Psychic Witch. Alright, last try. Pack number 4. Wait, hold on a minute. What the fuck is that? Do any of these other cards matter to me? I don't think think they really do. Okay, this card's actually not bad, and we can summon it off of Quick Draw, so worth keeping in the back of our minds. We'll save this draft to the collection and side for game 2. Alrighty, last game we didn't see too many Six Samurais. Where are they? Where are the guys?
In my game 2 opening hand is where they are.
Ooh, awesome.
I can tell you that much. Alright. I'm gonna go second. Extra draw, always very useful.
Yeah, that's probably the case. Yeah, this is a pretty solid opening. I think we're in a place where I have a lot of cards in this deck that reward just putting a guy on the field, so I'm just gonna put a guy on the field. We're gonna normal summon Krebens.
And what a guy it is.
And I'm also gonna instant fusion.
Oh my god, the guy has a friend.
The guy has a friend. It's motherfucking Cherubin, the Fire Knight.
Ooh, we're mixing things up. Fusionist.
Yeah, different fusionist targets, new game, new me. It's Magical Android, baby.
There she is.
We'll proceed to end phase, gain 600, as is the tradition, and send it back to you.
I will draw for turn. Okay, that might be the end of the game.
Oh, unfortunate. Unfortunate
Normal
for sure.
Kageki activate effect to summon a 6-Sam from hand.
Cool.
Special, the Tuno monster, Kagamusha, the 6 Samurai.
Concerning.
And Jess, did you ever doubt my ability to call the gay polycule to me?
Let's fucking go!
Legendary 6 Samurai Shien!
Ooh, oh, this idiot ain't making it out of the episode.
But let's see if you are gonna make it out of this game.
We will have to see about that. So this thing, once per turn, you negate a spell or trap card, and then if it's, if it would be destroyed, you can destroy another 6-Sam instead.
Yeah, turns out this card is pretty decent, especially in sealed. And I've even got some back row to back him up.
All right. Let's see what we can do about this. I think we have plays. I think we have stuff we can do. And I think the stuff we can do may or may not begin and end with normal summon silent psychic wizard banish Krebens.
I mean, that's not terrible.
And otherwise we're just chilling. We're just hanging.
And I'm not gonna say it's good, but it sure is not terrible. Let's see. I think I wanted to stop pressuring. I summon Legendary 6 Samurai Mizuho.
Alright,
If I wanted
sounds
to, I
good.
could tribute my Shien to destroy a face-up card on the field.
That sounds really good. You should think about it. You should
I have thought
for sure
about
consider
it,
about
and
it.
I will not be doing that. I will instead be entering the battle phase.
Alright, so that's gonna be 600 for me. We will special summon the Krebs.
Yup, and I will take out another 800 if you don't mind.
I mind a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I mind a tiny bit.
Well, let's see if you mind this back row, buddy.
Alright, let's see. I am going to... I think we're just gonna normal summon another silent psychic wizard.
Yeah, why not?
This is super rare. It's fine. We'll banish a magical android this time.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to attempt to attack into Mizuho.
And we might as well just go ahead and half counter.
Alrighty. So how much damage is that?
Put Mizuho up to 2550, I believe, because she gains 950, so 650 damage.
Okay, 650. And that's going to be magical android up on the board.
That it will.
Um,
Yeah, so Mizuho is still big until the end of the turn.
yeah. So, in that case, I think I will proceed to main phase 2. And we will tune off into AFD defense mode.
We do what we gotta do.
We do what we gotta do, baby.
We really do what we gotta do. You know what? End phase, I am gonna reinforce truth.
Sure.
We will grab another Kagamusha out of the deck.
Concerning, because you have an out now.
I do indeed have an out. But do I also have lethal? This is the question.
Uh-oh.
Cause if we do that... No, well, wait. No. No. Right? No, I definitely don't. I mean, technically, Kagamusha's protection. I do kind of want to keep it, so sure. I will normal this Elder. And we will
Sure.
Mizuho sack off the Elder, kill AFD.
Sad life. Goodbye.
And we will attack for 10,000 million billion damage. Alright.
Alrighty.
One more turn, beat my Xian.
Let's see. I'm going to attempt to special summon TG Striker.
Fine by me.
We're also going to special summon TG Warwolf.
Yo, what's the combo?
Yeah. Let me think about what I'm doing from this position. Is what I'm doing from this position just crying? That may
I
well
certainly
be
hope
the
so.
case. I'm gonna telekinetic power well.
So, what does this get you? This will get you just a Krebins. If you... Let's see, it's possible you have another spell trap in hand, you're trying to bait out Xian, but you only have one card, it's not that likely. If you power well, you can ladder into a 7. Do you have a 7 that beats Xian? Not as far as I know, that's fine.
Okay. We will special summon Krebins here.
Getting real low over there after that.
Yeah, I was totally trying to bait you to let me play another thing. You got it.
Hey, that's the zero interaction Xian gameplay I love!
Oh, yeah, I had an additional play in my hand. Perhaps the best play in this deck, but Xian did not allow it to
Let's
happen.
go!
Alrighty, you get the packs for game 2, and I will see you in game 3.
Feels good to be winning, and we are right back to Storm and Ragnarok. See what we can pull out of here. Second Xian smoke signal. Really unfortunate I didn't put in any ally mine for that, but oh well. Also, if that's a second Svaltov, right? That's fucked up. Anything better in pack number 2? Tank Dosters, not too bad. Maybe we can play a Nordic engine at some point. But yeah, let's toss those into the collection, and we have one more game to win. Game 3, Jess.
It's game fucking 3. Game 1, you didn't find any 6 Sams and ate shit. The second game, you found 6 Sams and I ate shit. What will happen in game 3? Only time will tell.
Only time will tell indeed. It's a weird hand. And by a weird hand, I mean it's a summon Krebins, set 3 pass kinda hand.
Sure. Why not? We will, begin with Upstart.
I'll take those life points.
Okay. Do we want a ball? Do we want a ball? I think we can ball a tiny bit, do a little bit of balling, bit of baby balling. I'm gonna special summon TG Striker.
Yeah.
I am going to activate the spell card TGX1HL.
Okay, that's like
I'm gonna half
almost
TG
MSK.
Striker and destroy that back row.
A little annoying. I will chain reinforce truth, I suppose.
Okay.
We will just summon the fucking dude in fucking defense.
A little bit concerning. We're gonna normal summon Hushed Psychic Cleric.
Alright.
And we will tune up here. We will special summon Magical Android.
Wow,
And-
Magical Android Gaming.
Yeah, and this doesn't get over inverse. Wait, what the fuck am I talking about? Of course it gets over inverse universe.
It very much does. But yeah, Kagamusha's dead. R.I.P.
Alright.
King.
Goodbye, Kagamucha. It's not like Six Sands have about 17 copies of Call of the Haunted. I will leave it to you.
Excellent. I will draw for turn. That is really good. I will normal summon Mizuho.
Oi, fucking vey.
And now, because I control a 6 Samurai monster, I will special summon legendary 6 Samurai Kizan.
Ooh, Jesus fucking Christ.
And we are actually gonna go Mizuho Tribute Kizan. I'll pop the back row.
That's annoying. That's gonna be my inverse universe.
We are not mad about that one. And what was that about Call of the Haunted? I will double-edged sword technique.
Oh no, that's fucking disaster. Jesus Christ.
It is not great. We will bring back Kagamusha Kizan. And I mean, you know what I'm doing here. We have a 2 and a 3. Shien makes a return.
Alrighty. And then you gotta get one of these idiots off the... Or was that both of them?
Yeah, so double-edged sword technique will destroy the Kizan in end phase, if that's what you're wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah. But first, we will battle.
Goodbye, my friend.
Going in with a bunch of dudes. And then main phase 2.
Well, you control... Oh, Kizan is at 2100, right?
It is not. I have to control 2 others for it to get the buff.
Other... Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, Kizan's real gay, you know? One man's not enough to get him going. Like, he'll show up for one man, but he won't get excited about it.
Alright.
Oh.
Good bits all
Alright.
around. 10 out of 10. God, this is such a pain in the ass. I would like to activate Instant Fusion?
That is, fine.
No! You have to negate it! You have to fucking negate this!
I do not feel fear.
God damn it!
I know we haven't gotten far enough for there to be a many negate, but I am the greediest motherfucker about my negate.
Well, I was desperately trying to bait your negate, so I'm not, it doesn't really matter. God damn it. Well, we'll just send this idiot to the graveyard, and it's gonna be, Silent Psychic Wizard, we will banish Magical Android, and that's it.
Cool, I will draw for turn. Not quite lethal on board, but we found a monster.
Yeah.
Not actually lethal, it's close. Alright, I'll swing in with Shien.
Cool. We're gonna special summon Magical Android.
I'll hit with Ion Chain. And Iroh in.
Well, that's a bummer. Yeah, you got it. I was about to do the play that I built this deck for, but I can't get over the fucking Shien.
Oh my god.
We were going to
Wow.
banish magical android and just any psychic monster in order to summon ultimate Axon Kicker. And even if you had a back road to deal with it, it still would have been better to actually summon it in the first place.
Right, god damn, that is a big guy. But unfortunately, as basically anyone playing the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2011 learned, Legendary 6 Samurai Shiem is dumb as shit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ban this card now.
Goodbye
A
forever, asshole.
thoroughly unfun game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh
Such is
god.
the way. But I am happy to tell you, with that Shien banned, this deck is 100% unplayable now. Like, the whole reason I was complaining so much about this deck bricking is that I actually pulled pretty badly in everything except exactly finding Shien. There are enough good 6 Samurai rails that if I pulled well, this deck might still be playable without it. But I just didn't pull fucking shit out of those, so this deck literally was Shien or bust.
Yeah. It's also frustrating because, like, I feel as though I did pretty much as I was reasonably expected to beat this matchup. I'm citing 3 Puppet Plant. Like, that is as much as I have as a way to beat Shien.
That is... Yeah, I was citing anti-warrior stuff with the mirror. I actually forgot about Puppet Plant. That would have been smart, but...
I had 3 copies of it in my deck, but I didn't draw it. My last fucking card I drew was the selection, which, like, again, if I said it before you summoned Shien, it might have mattered.
I was gonna say, the thing in this matchup is that, like, it looks like you're not on a ton of background, especially because TG1, EM1 isn't even useful all the time, and if 6 Samurai is allowed to play unimpeded, then...
They summon,
Yeah.
they summon Shien and either win with Shien or lose with Shien.
Correct.
It was... Legendary 6 Samurai was more interesting when it was worse. I would rather... give me Gladiator Beast versus 6 Sam from GX any day of the week. Fuck this shit.
You mentioned last episode you were excited to see if I got 6 Sam to play the rematch, and I was
Because
thinking, sure about that?
Because I thought I was gonna draw one of my 3 puppet plants and beat you.
And I would have been sad about it.
Do you have any idea what you're gonna ban? I really like my deck from this week. I'm sad that I didn't get to do the maximum combo. I'm playing 2 copies of Miracle Synchro Fusion because I can summon either Ultimate Axon Kicker, which, you know, it loses to some combat tricks, but it does have cannot be destroyed by card effects written on the text. So I could have had some fun if I summoned this, and I also had Dragon Knight Draco Equesti. Significantly less relevant, because you do need to have 2 dragon type synchros in the graveyard to make it work, but it's a guy.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, I'm happy I won, obviously. I am kind of sad Shien kept us from ever seeing that pop dissolve. I love Miracle Synchro Fusion. It's so fucking cool.
Exactly. I had like a fun boss-oriented strategy, and the new psychics are just so fucking cool. I really respect the fact that the 5Ds era was like, okay, we printed these psychic cards and they're very good, but they also like have were played by an incel and have vaguely incel vibes. We're gonna create the 3 best psychics. They're obviously gay and they don't require you to hurt yourself to use them.
Correct. Banished Psychics are so fucking sick. Yeah. Like Silent Psychic Wizard was going hard. That card's incredible.
Oh yeah, Silent Psychic Wizard is great. Kind of weird luck insofar as like Serene Psychic Witch is a common, a Hush Psychic Cleric is a common, and Silent Psychic Wizard. Wait, no. Let me say that again. Serene Psychic Wizard, fuck, these all have really similar names. I'm gonna get this right this time. Serene Psychic Witch is a common, Hushed Psychic Cleric is a rare, and Silent Psychic Wizard is a super rare, and I pulled exactly 2 copies of all 3.
That is bizarre.
Yeah, for sure. Both good and bad luck.
Rare. Yeah, I mean, in terms of ban, I really don't want to hit anything in this deck. Like, I know we've been seeing Psychics forever, but the new stuff is cool. Yeah. TG is interesting, and I have a lot of TG stuff too. I just didn't have space for it in this deck.
Well,
So I
like,
think.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
the TG stuff is really good in this deck because it's Miracle Synchro Fusion, and this is one of two ways we get warrior type monsters in the graveyard for the Draco Equesti. The other one being, and this is the other thing I'm sad we didn't see about this deck, is playing Flame Swordsman. I
Incredible.
I cannot lose. I either win playing the terrible deck or I lose playing the base deck.
I mean, listen, this is the way of the usual trading card games.
Oh goodness.
I'll try.
Sorry. Yeah.
Now you know my life, winning games with Xian and losing trying to summon Shooting Star Dragon.
Oh god.
But, no, in terms of ban, I'm going to do a little bit of a funky weird thing, and I'm going to ban a card that did not show up in this match. Because as you may have noticed, there is a little card that came out in one of these sets called Garmer of the Nordic Beasts, and it's just Gravekeeper's Guard again. It's just Gravekeeper's Guard, and I'm killing it.
That's so valid and wonderful of you. That's so valid and hot and real of you. I was also thinking, last episode we couldn't think of anything to mind meld. This episode I'm proposing that, like, in instances where, like, there were instances in the past where instead of banning stuff, we just double limited some cards that, like, aren't good when limited, but also serve no useful purpose. So if you can't, if we, like, aren't really coming together with a mind meld, you know, Toll is still at 1.
I mean, that card's unplayable in this day and age. I am willing to make the assertion, but
I
I wouldn't be mad seeing it gone.
I almost played 3-chain energy 1 Toll whenever I was on Rock Stun.
Wait. Why are we talking about Toll when Shane Energy's at 3? What the fuck?
That is true. I always think that Toll is better because it's oppressive to, like, try to do battle things. Yeah, let's ban chain energy.
Yeah, holy shit, yeah, like, Toll, like, I think that, like, in the age of synchros, it's easy enough to summon big guys that you don't need to attack that many times to win. But I don't want to get punished for doing cool combos.
Okay, yeah. My 1, 2, 3 chain energy.
Chain Energy,
It
yeah.
was so simultaneous.
Why do we even bother pretending we're doing the mind meld thing?
We have to count down, or it's not a true mind meld.
We can just do democracy. It's okay. We're allowed to agree.
No, we have to pretend.
Fair enough.
The TG cards are really fucking good. The psychic cards are really fucking good. Emergency teleport is kind of unbelievable in this format.
Yeah, dude, Italy is the poster child of card that's gonna make it through the entire 5Ds era and not a fucking second after that.
It's
it's so good.
it's like the poster child for, like, they think about this card when they print new psychic monsters? Do they think about the fact that you can just do this when they print new level 3 or lowers? Because I'm not sure they do. It doesn't always feel like they do.
I mean, they thought about it enough to take it off the ban list when Punk came out, so
Sure. Oh my
Yu-Gi-Oh.
god. Fucking 6 Sam winning one last match on the way out the fucking door. Fucking dipshits.
My beautiful, beautiful boys. I'll miss you, kind of.
Just kind of to close things out, do you have any, like, anything really, catching your eye as we move into both the final rematch episode and also, like, the final finale episode and stuff moving forward as we, like, solidify the card pool essentially?
Yeah, well, I see what you're doing, you know, trying to get my secrets out of me, get me to leak strats. And I'll happily have you know, my entire thought process after this opening was, I poured Xian, I'm playing 6 Sam, I have given zero thought to any other deck, I don't even know what I have. Do I own TGs? Probably, but I don't know.
That makes complete sense. Yeah, the 6 Sams is a pretty all-encompassing deck once they can summon Xian and just spam the board with Xian plus a guy. Yeah, the Karakuri stuff looks really good, but I gotta hand it to you. Banning Nisamu hurts so much. It's so hard to build that deck right now because you don't just have like, you have Cuick, but Cuick is not a starter monster because you need something to be in the graveyard for its effect to be worth a damn. So you really are just like missing something like that in the engine.
Yeah, I would guess the deck is still. It feels like it's got to be at least playable, right? Like Trick
For
House is
sure, for
nuts,
sure.
Anatomy is nuts.
Cash Cash is completely insane. The fact that it's not a once per turn and works with Inishichi is fucking insane.
Yeah, Cash, in my experience playing the deck mostly in Duel Links at least, is shockingly mid, but it still is a searcher, which is probably just good enough in limited.
Yeah. Oh, Duel Links also feels like a different vibe. Because
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
you're playing 20 cards. Most of the time, you just have what you want.
It's true. It's true. I have some Karakuri cards, don't I? Hmm.
You could go Karakuri. You could try to reclaim the Morph Mantle.
Oh man,
The
because
Morph Mantle.
every time I've tried to play Morphtronic monsters, it just worked so well.
It worked pretty well for me last time I tried. I don't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a
yeah,
fucking
and it was because of the Morphtronics, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't ban any Morphtronics. That's gonna be a huge mistake going into the finale episodes.
Very true, very
Hmm.
true.
It's also we had our last pack opening episodes. So any like redoer tickets that we haven't used yet are going up in smoke and extra packs. Next episode, we each have an extra ban left, I think.
Yep, yeah, I was thinking about that. See what last minute shit we gotta kill before the finale.
Yeah, am interested in seeing what deck you are playing next episode. Oh, also, congratulations on getting out of range of it being possible for me to beat you before we get to the finale episodes.
Let's
With this
go!
victory, you have solidified we will at least need to play the finale.
I would like to thank the Academy, my parents, legendary Six Samurai, Shien, and
You beat
everyone else
fucking
who helped me get here.
I can't believe he beat fucking Flame Swordsman. How can this be the superior extra deck warrior type monster?
I don't understand. Shien's blade doesn't even have any flames on it.
It has zero fire on it. Okay, I do need to complain about Flame Swordsman really, really quick. I guess we'll end the episode this way. Because, like, whenever I was building my deck, I was like, haha, Miracle Synchro Fusion is funny as shit. Let's try Draco Questy. We need warrior type fusion monster targets. And my options were either Flame Swordsman or Guiltia the D Knight. And what those monsters have in common, in addition to being 1800 attack warrior monsters, is they were both used by Joey Wheeler as though they were normal summonable monsters,
Mm-hmm.
despite being fusion monsters, and going so far as like the 4Kids dub, having them colored in the fusion monster purple while Joey Wheeler is actively in the process of summoning them to the field from his hand or drawing them from his deck. So it's borderline just canonical that he misused these cards, repeatedly cheated with Flame Swordsman and Guiltia, and nobody ever said anything about it.
I mean, that's on brand for Joey Wheeler. I'd always thought that was a weird change for the TCG, but I do like that explanation.
He fully, and it's even funnier because like I'm pretty sure there was a moment where he attempted to normal summon Guilty of the D Knight, but it was like Battle City when they added tribute summoning, so somebody was like, "Oh, you can't fucking do that, you idiot!" And that's canonically one of the only times in all of Yu-Gi-Oh that anybody has ever bricked. But in addition to it being a level 5 monster, it also was a fusion monster. So he's just doubling up on his cheating. So in truth, Joey Wheeler has no idea what he's doing.
Okay, we all knew that. We all knew that.
I know, but it's just important to be said sometimes. Thank you, one and all, for joining us on this episode of Double Progression Trouble. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you are subscribed to Sophie Apparently. We will be live at twitch.tv/JessieJPlays Friday, April the 7th. Actually, like, right around the corner from the 1 year anniversary of DPT, I believe.
Oh wow, that's fun. Good for
Yeah.
us.
We've been doing this shit. We have been doing this shit for going on a year, and we're still losing to each other's floodgates.
Ah, so true. Good old DM days.
They're, I don't know about good.